guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Sub Rogue and BFA, what I've been playing, all my talents, talent selections, Azerite gear, traits, blah, 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 da-da-da-da. I want to hop into the video, but first, so many questions about why I'm not playing Classic WoW, why I haven't been uploading Classic WoW, and kind of what's been going on there. So I just wanted to take a second at the start of this video to be like, I just haven't been enjoying the AV grind, the ranking grind in Classic WoW. So essentially, if you guys don't play Classic WoW, you get honor every single battleground, every single kill, every single objective, and the honor is totaled up at the end of the week. You're ranked against other players, and the higher ranking you go, the better and better gear you get, which means the more World of Warcraft you can play, the better gear you get. And for me, I only like to play maybe 6 hours a day, which only 6 hours a day might seem like a lot to some of you guys. But if you want to be a successful ranker in World of Warcraft Classic, you have to be playing 16 hours a day or 14 or 18 hours a day. And I personally don't want to be gaming that much. I want to be working on some other stuff going on behind the scenes here for you guys. And yeah, so I've been playing mainly arenas again. Besides that, in Classic WoW, there's dueling, which is really, really fun. Classic WoW experience, which is really, really great. I like Classic WoW in its own ways. I would still recommend Classic WoW to people that like a community feel and experience, kind of like a slow grind, better feeling when you actually get some rewards. It's really, really great in a lot of ways. I would probably recommend live WoW, retail arenas, to people that like more fast-paced, mechanical kind of gameplay. But they're both fun and awesome in their own ways. But I thought I would take a second and explain why I've been mainly playing arenas, because so many of you guys have been asking. And then so many of you guys have been asking as well, when is the Sub Rogue guide coming out? And I usually don't like to do guides unless I hit Gladiator on a class. And as you can see here, we got Gladiator on Roastmaster X. So we're going to be hopping into a Sub Rogue guide as promised. All right, if I hit Gladiator on a class, I usually like to do a guide on that class. Of course, if I hit rank 1, we'll be doing that as well. But we got to 2,600 on Roastmaster. We actually almost hit 2,700 on Roastmaster last week. So Roastmaster on the come up. There's this weird glitch. It says off season, even though it's not off season. I don't know what's going on. Blizzard, can you fix this, please? Anyway, hopping into the Sub Rogue guide. This is just going to be a pretty quick guide. Is there target dummies in Ironforge? I probably should have thought this through. I think there are over here. But let's start this off with talents while I'm running over and trying to find some target dummies, so I can show you guys my basic rotations as well. But we got Find Weakness here in the first row. Always play it, lock it in, GG, easy freaking peasy. It is reduced, I think, to 20% in PvP or something less than 40% in PvP, but it's still a very good talent. Next row, Subterfuge. Okay, so there's two builds. I'm going to mention both builds. The first build is called the 2-Dance build, all right? And I'll be going over that because that's what I like to play, but there's also a build called the 3-Dance build that we can go over here as well. Ooh, look at these target dummies. We found them, boys. We found them. So I play Subterfuge with this 2-Dance build, okay? I play Mark for Death, always log it in, 30-second cooldown, guys, 5 combo points. You can use it to burst on your goes, Mark for Death of Fist, huge crits, huge damage. You can also use it to Mark for Death Kidney and the openers when you're still in stealth to get that nice, clean opener as well. So very, very nice talent choice here. Always pick Mark for Death. Elusiveness in 3v3 or anytime you have a healer on your side. So in 2s with a healer or in 3s, period, the end. Soothing Darkness. Soothing Darkness, I like to play in Rogue Mage 2s because it's going to give you more heals when you're sitting in stealth resetting or when you're dancing and when you don't have a healer, so in 1v1 duels or in Rogue Mage 2s or in any 2s without a healer, I would recommend playing Soothing Darkness. Elusiveness, when you do have a healer, to give yourself that almost shield wall, like feel to your feint, right? 30% less damage taken every time you're pressing feint. It's very, very good. Prey in the Weak. On this next row, I like to play in the weak. There's some rogues that play Shot in the Dark. I'm not a huge fan. I like Prey in that week for the extra big one-shot damage. All right. Dark Shadow. While Shadow Dance is active, you deal 25% more damage. Good, thumbs up here. I would like to say it is reduced in PvP as well. A lot of these talents are reduced. Prey in the Weak is reduced to 5%. Find Weakness, I think, is reduced to 20%. Dark Shadow is reduced to maybe 12% or 12.5%, something like that, 10% maybe. And then in this last one, Master of Shadows, to get extra energy when you're entering Stealth or Shadow Dance. So all of these are pretty much locked in for 3s. I'm not changing them around too much. Soothing Darkness for 1v1s or in any instance where you don't have a healer on your side, so you can get some self-healing in. And this is the 2-dance build. Now, alternatively, we have some people playing the 3-dance build, which means go Night Stalker. So you deal 12% more damage and you move 20% quicker, but your Shadow Dance is 1 second less, and you don't have Subterfuge anymore when your stealth breaks. That kind of sucks. So to make up for that, you drop Dark Shadow, which, like I said, is only 10 or 15% or something, and not 25 in PvP. Side note, I hate how when an ability reads something, I have to now know, I have to remember how much it's reduced to based on patch notes I've read in the past. I know it's reduced. I don't know what it's reduced to, but Blizzard should have in the UI somewhere saying like 15% in PvP in parentheses, just so people know. Anyway, it is reduced. So you drop Dark Shadow. So you're getting 12% damage here. I think you're losing 15% damage here, right? So it's only 3% less damage. But you're getting an extra Shadow Dance, and you get more effect from your Deepening Shadows. So you get more dances back quicker. So more dances more often. So you have 3 dances. You can just spam out Shadow Dances, and you move 20% quicker in stealth. So you're actually moving really, really quick here. I guess the main downside is you don't have Subterfuge anymore. So you can't like do the cool thing where you vanish and get 3 cheap shots, right? But you could vanish, get 1 cheap shot, and then still use Shadow Dance to get another 1 or 2 cheap shots, right? But you get that extra 12% damage and the extra 20% movement speed from Night Stalker with this triple dance build. So yeah, maybe I'll try more of this out actually now that I'm spec'd. It plays very similarly. I think the main difference is you're dancing first before each go, because you can't, get the re-stealth and then get that subterfuge benefit of being able to multi-stun people. But yeah, 3 dance, definitely might give it a try. A lot of people on European servers have been playing this. I know they're very similar, guys, very similar, but I think this one might have a slight edge, but I'm still going with the old school 2-dance build like this. So maybe play around with both and see which one you prefer. There's slight pros and cons to each. Next, I am playing Relentless. The reason I'm playing Relentless is because I'm a human. Look how cute little Gladiator Roast Master is here, /wave. I am only Relentless because I'm a human. If you're not human, I would recommend playing Trinket. And if you are human, I'd recommend playing Relentless. I would never play Adaptation. And then moving on to the next talents, I always play Cold Blood. I almost always play Smoke Bomb. This third talent, Shadowy Duel, I pretty much always play as well, but you can drop it against some things like Frost Mage to maneuverability, so you can get around a bit quicker. And then some people actually, and when I say some people, I mean Naj, likes to play Death from Above against like Frost Mage as well. If you're really having a hard time connecting, DFA almost gives you like another little Shadow Step because it has a 15-yard range to get back to your target. I don't play much of that. I would maybe play maneuverability though against Frost Mages or something where you're getting kited super hard. But other than that, this is kind of the build I like to play. Smoke Bomb, Shadow Duel, Cold Blood, Relentless, Find Weakness, Subterfuge, Mark for Death, Elusiveness, Prey in the Weak, Dark Shadow, Master of Shadows. That's pretty much that. I think it looks pretty good there overall. Gladiator Roast Master X, boom. Looking good, looking good. If you guys were wondering about my UI, by the way, it looks a little different. I did an update to Xaryu UI. All my add-ons are linked down below in the description. But it hides the Blizzard art, moves the buttons on over, so looking pretty clean there on the user interface. Next, we have the necklace. I am level 66 neck on this guy. Crucible Major, always OP for sub rogue because you need an extra bit of damage. Without that extra bit of damage, it's very difficult to actually kill your target. So always playing Crucible for the extra flame damage. In the second slot, I'm going with Lucid Dreams and Conflict of Strife. Pretty much the only essences I have, and I think they're the best ones, so that's good to go. I think you could probably run Condense Life Force instead of Conflict. I think Lucid Dreams is good for that energy regen, and Crucible as the major. So yeah, that's pretty much what you want to be going for. Crucible, Lucid, Conflict. On a lot of classes, those are the best 3 actually. And then for the stat priority, I'm going Versatility and then Mastery. So my ring versus Mastery, other ring versus Mastery, boots versus Mastery socketed, crit verse. So the crit's not the greatest, but basically you want full verse and then full Mastery. Enchants, Force Multiplier, and Versatile Navigation. Versatility enchants on the rings. Just verse Mastery everything. Trinket Choice. I am socketing verse as well, of course. And then Trinket Choice, Maledict, and then Emblem. The reason I'm liking Emblem on a sub-rogue is because Crimson Vial heals you for 30% of your maximum health over 6 seconds. Meaning, if my maximum health is higher, Crimson Vial is going to heal for more. So I have a nice little macro here that will use Gladiator's Emblem and Crimson Vial on a single button press, making it heal me for a ton with a 1.5 cooldown. This is just such a good trinket right now. And then Maledict, of course, just because Maledict's OP and insane. There are other trinket options probably, but those are the easiest and best 2 for PvP. And then the last thing here, guys, is Knight's Vengeance first stance trait in the helm, Knight's Vengeance first stance trait in the shoulders, and then Knight's Vengeance inevitability trait in the chest. These are pretty good 3 options here. I would say go for triple Knight's Vengeance is priority, right? You need that triple Knight's Vengeance. If you guys didn't read that, it means when you Nightblade your next Abyss within 8 seconds, it's going to hit harder per combo point, which is just crazy good. So every go, and you'll see here in a second what I mean is like when you're re-stealthing, you're getting the cheap shot out, you're getting the Nightblade out, and then you're getting huge damage out with those Eviscerates. So definitely need that triple Knight's Vengeance talent. And then you at least want one first stance, because you want that extra 2 combo points. It doesn't stack, right? So at least one first stance. And then for the other 2, Mastery procs are pretty good. Inevitability is okay, and stacking first stance is okay as well. But getting that triple Knight's Vengeance guaranteed is pretty much what you want. The defensive traits don't matter too much, but I would say Resounding Protection is pretty decent, and Passive Visage, but they all got nerfed, so it's not the biggest deal. And then in the other talent row, Unstable Flames is okay, Elemental Whirl is okay. I think Overwhelming Power is the best one, but I can't see it here on any of mine. But yeah, these aren't a huge deal either. But Elemental Whirl, Unstable Flames, and another Ellie Whirl is what I'm currently playing. So boom, now you know how to spec a rogue for PvP talents, PvE talents. You know what neck traits to run. You know what traits to run, stat prio, trinkets, everything like that. So let's hop into the good stuff, the rotation, the Roast Master X rotation here. So I think it's important to note you're almost always going to have 2 targets as a rogue, right? You're going to have one that you're CCing and one that you're killing. That's one of the benefits of sub, is that you can cross CC. So out of stealth, a lot of the times, guys, you're going to do Mark for Death Kidney on the opposing target, which means you're not going to have Mark for Death for the go. Meaning, for the go, you're just going to have Cheap Shot, Nightblade, Dance, Symbols, Cold Blood, and Maledict, and Concentrated Flames. And a lot of the time, guys, the easiest way to think of their rotation is stun if they're not stunned, right? Which means like the reason I'm saying it like this, guys, is because every situation is different. Whether they're orc, whether they're human, relentless, whether they're a normal target with trinket, whether they trinket your stun, sometimes shit happens, and you have to adapt on the fly as a sub-rogue. So the best way I can tell you their rotation, I'll give you some actual rotations, but the best way I can explain this is stun if they're not stunned. Meaning, cheap shot the target. If they're not stunned, cheap shot the target. Now, Nightblade if they don't have a Nightblade on. That's the second priority. So stun if they're not stunned, Nightblade if they don't have Nightblade on them already. And then from there, if you're at 5 combo points, aka if you have Mark for Death, then use Mark for Death Evis, or if you're already at 5 combo points, Eviscerate. So cheap shot, Nightblade if they don't have it, Eviscerate if you're at 5 combo points. Now, if you're not at 5 combo points, they already have Nightblade and they're already stunned, you get to Shadow Strike or Concentrated Flame, depending on if you have a 3-stack Flame and you want to get a lot of damage out and they're going to die, just 3-stack Flame them. If you don't want to Concentrated Flame, you want to build more combo points for that next Abyss, boom, that's when a Shadow Strike comes in. That's pretty much the rotation, right? So stun if they're not stunned, Nightblade if they're not Nightbladed, Abyss if you're at 5 comma points, and then Shadow Strike or Concentrated Flame if you're not. Very, very, very easy peasy there. But what a lot of the times I'll do out of stealth is I'll pre-Nightblades, I'll mark for death, kidney shot the off target, and on the main target I'm cheap shot, Nightblade, dance, cold blood, shadow strike, abyss, cheap shot, shadow strike, cheap shot, and then abyss. That's going to do a good amount of damage. It's going to be pretty consistent in the opener, but that is using blades, and that is using mark for death, kidney on the off target. And then on the off target, if you don't land a polymorph off of it, then one of those abilities in your rotation is going to be a sap on the off target, a blind on the off target, a sap, a trinket on the off target, right? That's why everything changes based on the situation. Now I'm going to go through a second opener, which is the opener with mark for death, because the second opener with mark for death is going to be a bit more damage, but meaning you can't mark for death the off target for kidney. So what I would do in an arena situation is that what I just did is my opener. Now for the next go, I'm going to fan of knives 3 times or twice if you have more targets, and you get 5 combo points. You start the go with 5 combo points, and then what you'll do is you'll off kidney shot the healer and then go. And the reason I'm telling you guys this off kidney is because it's important. You're never doing damage as a sub really without that off kidney, unless you're killing in a smoke bomb where the healer is just completely across the map. But almost every time what you're going to do, like say this is the healer, every time what you're going to be doing is, let me get back to 5 combo points, is kidney shotting the healer and then step cheaping the target to dance. So in this rotation, I'm going to be kidneying the healer, step cheaping the target with shadow dance, and a lot of the times it's going to be dance, cheap shot, nightblade, symbols, mark for death, abyss, cold blood, shadow strike, cheap shot, abyss, and then if you want another stun, you're going to have to redance, cheap shot, shadow strike, abyss. So I'll show you how that looks like here. So I got the 5 combo points. Usually I'll pop like sprint or something before. Kidney, step, cheap shot, nightblade, going for the abyss, stun with the cold blood, abyss, and then if I want that third stun, I have to redance and then abyss. So that's cheap shot, nightblade, well, I guess dance, because I already kidney shotted the other guy and I don't have subterfuge. Dance, cheap shot, nightblade, and then symbols, mark for death, abyss, cold blood, shadow strike, cheap shot, abyss, dance, cheap shot, abyss. That rotation is the most insane damage. Like that is your one shot, right? The only thing I would add to that is if you have that 3-stack flame kind of built up, you could use a flame somewhere in that rotation instead of the shadow strike or one of the abysses. I have a weak aura to make it kind of glow. Once, like I said, all my add-ons and weak auras and all that stuff's down below. And then you want to end with that maledict, right? So after that whole rotation, that's when you're going to be throwing out the maledict. After that whole rotation, that's when you can throw out more concentrated flame stacks to keep them low, to create pressure. Maybe the healer's CC's ending. And yeah, so a lot of the times you're getting that CC with the kidney shot. All right, getting that CC with the kidney shot. I'll show you guys one more time. As a sub rogue, you're fan of knives and your 5 combo points, and you'll basically say, hey partner, are you ready? All right, you say you're playing rogue mage priest, and they say, yeah, I'm ready. What you'll do, maybe pre-pop blades, pre-pop sprint, boom, kidney, step, cheap shot, boom, boom, huge damage, abyss. Oh, look at that, perfect rotation. End it with a 3-stack flame, and the guy's dead, right? And the guy's dead. So your mage will polymorph off that kidney shot. You'll get that rotation. You can go back in the video. I said it like 3 times. We get that exact perfect rotation down with the mark for death abyss opener, and it's just so much damage, guys. And then like I said in the openers, a lot of times I use mark for death for that kidney for the extra CC. But yeah, that's pretty much rogue, guys. That's exactly how to play rogue right now. That's exactly the tools I've used to hit, you know, almost 2,600 in 2s and almost 2,700 in 3s at my peak ratings for the season. That's literally all I'm doing every single game, getting the kidney shot, following up with CC, coming back, getting burst, resetting, doing it over and over and over again. You could try it with the 3-dance build as well. I think it definitely works. And yeah, that's pretty much sub rogue in a nutshell right now, guys. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs down. Talk to me down below in the comments, all the stuff you guys want to see. If you guys are surprised I'm not playing Classic anymore, if you're upset, if that makes you mad, let me know down below how that makes you feel. But you guys are playing more Classic WoW, back to the arenas. What are you guys enjoying? What are you guys playing? What do you guys want to see? And then, yeah, 2020, guys. happy freaking new year. It's crazy. The channel has grown so much over this past year or two, so thank you to all the new subs, all the new people enjoying these guides. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.